Yes, people. Yes, people. Yes, people. Welcome back to the We Talk Football podcast. It's been a big week in football. Chelsea and West Ham both winning games and are asserting our dominance in terms of the best clubs in London. Kwaku, what do you think about the Chelsea game last night?
Yeah, it was pretty standard, pretty routine. Come accustomed to seeing Chelsea kind of squeeze the life out of teams, not giving them a sniff. I think Andreas Christensen still looking in his pockets for Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin because their man did nothing against Chelsea, like nothing. Calvert-Lewin is having the season of his life, didn't have a sniff. Richarlison came to the game in great form, didn't have a sniff. And yeah, we did what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. Can't really remember a big chance that Everton had. We scored our goals at the right time. And yeah, the two-shell train keeps on chewing on, mate. I'm very, very happy about how things are going. What do you think of the game?
Everton were very lackluster. Chelsea are putting on some serious form right now. It's like I said in the predictions video last week. I think Chelsea are in the top four now, and they're really going to want to stay in in that top four position. So I can't see them dropping out at the moment. But yeah, I just think it's so funny. 2 months ago, everyone's losing their mind because Frank Lampard got sacked, and now Chelsea fans are flip flopping. The two-chill train is started, is it? Do you know what I mean? Go back a month ago. We did an hour-long episode with Dan saying,
wait.
You're chatting nonsense.
So what do you want me to do right now? So the Chelsea win, you want me to be crying?
Oh, poor Frank.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to be crying? Oh, we're talking about going back to videos. Let's go back to the beginning of the season where you said West Ham would get relegated. Now you call them the best team in London. Yeah, let's do that. But we're going to get relegated.
Nah.
Go on. There's nothing to say. You've got nothing to say.
I have nothing to say because I've been proven.
Nothing to say. You've got nothing to say. Go on, carry on.
Quakey, there is I have nothing to say.
Give your pseudo analysis of Chelsea and West Ham now that you think you're going to be the best team in London. After predicting your team's going to get relegated.
Quakey, you got to let me speak before you say I got nothing to say. All right.
Go on.
Chill. No, again, West Ham have pleasantly surprised me. I was wrong. I was off it there. I was very, very off it. But that's been brought up about 48 times. Come on, chill with that. All right.
Yeah. Right. All jokes aside. I'm never going to chill with that. I'm never going to chill with that, bro.
Quaku, shut up. Let me talk.
Before I let you go. When you predict your team to get relegated at the beginning of the season, you are never going to I'm never going to let you live that down. Never, ever.
All right. Firstly, people in the comments, I'm talking directly to you. Look at this guy's rascal shirt. This is the second time in a week. Look at this. You're wearing you're wearing a picnic blanket. What is this? Come on.
Mate.
Oh, this is nothing. Right.
Secondly,
right. All jokes aside, right? Chelsea, obviously, regardless of the whole Frank Lampard situation, right? Chelsea in the last month or so are really starting to establish some serious results. Obviously, they played Atletico Madrid, bossed them off the pitch, went away to Liverpool, come away with regardless of the form Liverpool are in, Anfield is never an easy place to go. You can say it is at the moment, but they got the win. They've come home, played a lackluster Everton side, got a 2-0 win. Didn't give Everton a sniff throughout the entire game. And like you said, Christensen's come into that team, put Richarlison into his pocket. Zuma hasn't got much of a shout. You were saying last night to me since Tuchel's been here, came in last night, played a very good game. It's looking rosy for Chelsea at the moment. They're looking like a really solid side, and you can't see them dropping out of the top four just on the form and the defensive performances that they are putting in. The one thing I would say in terms of Chelsea though is it's getting to a point now. I had the pleasure of watching you on Blues Fan TV last night. If you haven't seen it, guys, go have a look. But a lot of the Chelsea fans were saying that it's getting to the point where Werner really needs to start performing. There were, just in watching the game as a neutral, if the game was 0-0 and Werner's missing those chances, like that, it's getting blown up a lot more than what it is. But it's getting to a point where you can see he might be a confidence player, or he's low on confidence, or regardless of him being in the right positions or not, he needs to start taking these chances because how long do you give him? How long do you give him? He's not performing at a high enough level, really, to be, starting for a Premier League top four side. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he needs to start performing at a level above. And, it was good last night to see Havertz put in a solid performance because, he's had a shaky start as well to his Chelsea career. So from a neutral perspective or from a Chelsea fan perspective, you want to see your players start to perform. But Werner is not looking great. What do you think on that?
So yeah, with Timo Werner, I'm in complete agreement with yourself. I feel like with him, he's a player that, like you say, is a confidence player. He does seem to miss a lot of chances. It does take a lot of chances for him to score a goal. And yeah, if it was a case of we were losing these games or these are games where we weren't winning, it would be highlighted a lot more in terms of the chances that he's missing. And it's strange because both me and you are like WWE fans or used to be WWE fans, and like wrestlers have got special moves. And from the highlights that I've seen of Timo Werner when he's at Leipzig, his special move was taking it round the keeper, but he doesn't seem to even have the confidence to do that. Like he's on 1-1 opportunities and Pickford granted made some great saves, but Werner's not doing things that come naturally to him. Like I say, last season at Leipzig, he used to be 1-1 the keeper, take it round them and finish it into an open net. Whereas this season, he seems to be in his own head, missing a lot of opportunities. And it's something that needs to be rectified, something that needs to be looked at if we want to go and really challenge for the major honours. So yeah, Timo Werner is a slight problem, but in terms of rounding up last night's performance, I can't really have too much complaints about any one performance.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's a very, very solid from performance. As I said, the only thing that I have question marks around is Werner. And I don't know how much time you give him. I know he's performed well in the Bundesliga, but that doesn't always translate to performing well in the Premier League. And you've only got to look at people like Sebastian Haller, absolutely killed it at Eintracht Frankfurt, came to the Premier League. I know he's a different type of player before you jump on me off that, but he smashed it with Jovic at Frankfurt. Jovic went to Real Madrid, didn't perform. Haller went to West Ham, didn't perform. I suppose it doesn't always automatically translate. You could say that Werner might be a class above both of those players, but he needs to start putting in some performances in the Premier League because people like Tammy Abraham, regardless of my opinion on him, he's not even getting a look in now. And it's consistently, even though Werner isn't performing to a level like you'd really like him, so he does need to put in performances very, very soon. But going on to another top London club that pulled out a very, very solid win. Didn't actually play that well, West Ham last night. We won 2-0. Great result against Leeds. We all predicted a West Ham win in me, you and Ben in the last video. And, we went about our business, and won the game ugly, which is, as a West Ham fan, I don't get the opportunity, or I haven't really ever had the opportunity to see us really grind out games too much in my lifetime, So like Declan Rice said in his interview, we've won the game ugly, but they're actually unhappy with their performance. When you compare the performance they put in to City when we were, unlucky to not get something out the game, and then see the game against Leeds, it was, there was a lot of disparity between the performances. But to come away 2-0 winners is probably quite a generous scoreline. Leeds were unlucky not to score in the first half, especially as they had the offside goal in the first half, which is always going to be negligible. But by the current laws of the game, whether they're right or wrong, it was ruled offside. So we started very slow, and then gradually went into the game. And Craig Dawson coming away with a goal again, hit the post again in the in the first half. Could have had 2 goals in the first half. I just think, very resolute, solid performance. It's getting to the point now where you've got to start believing the hype. With the only thing that's a shame is 3 teams above us that we can really challenge in terms of points have all picked up points in their games. Obviously, Chelsea won, Leicester won, and then United won away at City. So, for top 4, it's going to be difficult, especially because this weekend we've got United, then we've got Arsenal. But very, 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 very solid performance by us. Did you get a chance to watch the game?
So I caught bits of it. Like I said, I was on Blues Fans TV yesterday, so I was prepping for that. But I caught bits of it, and it was a solid performance from West Ham. And like I said to you and Ben in our last video, out of all those that chasing pack that are outside of the established top 6, I think West Ham got the best chance. That includes Leicester. I feel like West Ham have just got more of a steely determination. Like you say, Declan Rice come out yesterday and said that they weren't too happy with the performance. That's just indicative of where West Ham are at the moment. They expect to win these games. Leeds are a good team. Leeds give every team they play a difficult game. And like you say, Leeds might feel a bit aggrieved to not got something out of the game because West Ham didn't play brilliantly. But that's what top teams do. They get points and they win games without playing amazingly. And I just see it with West Ham. They've got that steel and determination. And despite how thin your squad is, did you have like 3 goalkeepers in your squad last night? Which is crazy. Your squad is crazy thin. But this is a crazy season. I feel like West Ham have caught lightning in a bottle, and I feel like they're going to be a very, very difficult team to stop. I feel like for us, in terms of the We Talk Football derby, it'll be great for West Ham and Chelsea to be in and around each other when that game rolls around in April, because that could be a 6-pointer. That could be a game that kind of decides who finishes in the top four. Because I still have the belief that the top four is going to be City winning it, United second, Chelsea third, and Liverpool fourth. I think the international break coming up is going to help Liverpool to regroup, especially with South American players not being able to go. But I think West Ham have as good a chance as anyone. I expect West Ham to finish ahead of Leicester in the league. And yeah, they're just impressive, man. Like you say, all the players that have come in, Lingard, Dawson, like every player that's come into this West Ham team seems to work and seems to fit. And it's not just their ability on the pitch, it's their character as well. You've got a good thing going there. And as much as it pains me to admit West Ham are a threat, that West Ham are definitely a threat. They are almost not favourites in every game they go into, but you give them a chance in every single game they go into. They're a good team.
We're kind of in that serial underdog kind of mentality at the moment, where no one really takes us seriously. You've only got to listen to the pundits and things like that when they talk about, games that big clubs have got left. And even on Blues Fan TV last night, there was people there expecting just to walk over West Ham as if we're not in the league where we are right now, 24th of April, going to be a big day. Anyone that doesn't know that, that's when West Ham play Chelsea. I think it's like 12 days after the lockdown measures ease slightly, and I think we can watch games. So me and Kwaku are going to watch that game together. Hopefully set up a video outside, weather permitting anyway, in April. So it's going to be a big game. Yeah. And I completely agree with everything you were just saying. It's a positive time to be a West Ham fan right now, and that's not something I always get the opportunity to say. Like you said at the start of the episode, I tipped us to go down at the start of the season, and I've repeated this verbatim throughout the year. I've been pleasantly surprised, and my initial doubts have not been as big as my initial doubts of having a ridiculously small squad at the start of the season that's then gone on to be even smaller. We've been quite fortunate with injuries and things like that, and again, our season is still at the point of being derailed if one of our top players gets injured. Saying one thing about the game, who I was really impressed with is Ben Rama. I know you said he didn't get to watch the game, but multiple times during the game last night, you had the engine in the midfield of Soucek and Rice, really, just retaining possession, turning the ball over, but then offloading the ball to Ben Rama, and he's quick on the turn, taking players out the game. And if he was a little bit more decisive in the final third or made the right pass, we could have scored at least 2 or 3 more goals. But very, very encouraging performances from Ben Rama.
Watch Ben Rama explode next season, because I was very surprised when he went to West Ham. He was linked to a lot of top teams. We were linked to him extensively over the summer, and it's kind of a coup for West Ham to get him, especially because of your winger situation in terms of letting Grady go to West Brom, and then the owner saying that you've got like 7 or 8 wingers and bringing in Ben Rama. So it was a weird signing, but he's going to be absolutely quality next year when he gets his feet kind of settled, or when he gets settled in the Premier League. He's going to be different grading, man. He's a top player.
I completely agree. But what do you think, guys? Who do you think is going to finish in the top 4? Do you think Chelsea or West Ham are going to finish in the top 4? Do you think West Ham will come above Chelsea above West Ham? Let us know in the comments. But in the meantime, where can they find us, Quakes?
So on Twitter, it's WTF Podcast 90. On Instagram, it's We Talk Football Podcast. We're on Facebook, it's We Talk Football Podcast. You can find us on Apple Music. You can find us on Spotify, all the regular places. And make sure you keep tuned in for more episodes. And make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel as well. And also make sure you comment on Kwaku's rascal clubber there, because it is. Well, you don't like this one. This one's a bit of a step up from last week. This one is a bit of a step up. Absolutely not. Let him know, people. But yeah, we'll catch you in a few days on the next video. Cheers. Nice one, guys.